guys saw the title of this video, bro, I was like, I'm watching it Friday. 100% watching it Friday. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Damian. I'm back with a Mr. Nightmare video. 3 horrifying true Stalker-Ex horror stories. Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys have some plans for the weekend. I only have work this weekend, so the time that you guys are watching this, I'm at work, unfortunately. So sucks, but it is what it is. Alrighty. So yeah, 3 horrifying true Stalker-Ex horror stories. 23 minutes, 31 seconds. Again, as soon as I saw this video, I was like, I gotta watch it. It came out one day ago. Yeah, like, I know this is gonna be a great video. Anything with, like obviously it's gonna be a scary video because it's like stalkers and exes, and we all know how people are. Like, I've seen Anna Solves videos, if you guys know Anna Solves, and people are literally just messed up. Like, they're messed up. Like, just in general, people are messed up. So, like, I could just imagine how Stalker-Ex horror stories could go. 23 minutes, 21 seconds, and 3 stories each. So, like, I don't know, 7-8 minutes per story, I believe. So, let's see how this goes. I'm really excited for it. I was really hyped for it. As soon as I saw it come out, I was like, I gotta watch it ASAP. So, starting. Here we are, finally watching it. I see that Gator already reacted to it as well, so I have to watch his reaction too. 35 minutes is his reaction, but it's a 23-minute video. Damn, okay, well, he had a lot to say then. My videos are usually significantly long too, so I can't really complain. But let's see how long my video is. Will it surpass 35 minutes? I really hope not. Let's go.
So a little backstory. I dated this girl when I was in my...
He adds captions now? Oh, yeah. He adds captions for his videos now. He never did that before. Okay, sure, I'll take it. I don't mind that.
Senior year of high school. I'm 20 now, so it was a couple of years ago, but still pretty fresh in my mind. For privacy's sake, I won't use her real name, so I'll refer to her as Grace. Grace and I met through our job, which I now know is never ideal. Before we started dating, though, there were red flags that I simply shouldn't have ignored. For instance, she would come to our place of work for hours just to watch me work. I would catch her staring at me every once in a while. Besides that, a few months into our relationship, things...
This is random, but when you guys see someone that's like attractive, like, I feel like that's normal. Like, it's obviously not normal to be like, you know what I mean? But like, let's say if you like take glances at them every once in a while, that's what I would do too. If I think you're good looking, I want to look at you. Like, you're not stalking them, like, you're just looking at them, you know what I mean? Like,
getting pretty toxic. I would constantly feel suffocated.
damn.
I had no time for my hobbies, friends, or even myself.
Yeah, that's
She
a red
was the
flag.
type of girl to ask where I was, who I was with, and what I was doing 24/7. If I didn't answer a phone call, it would end up being 25 missed calls and a ton of text messages that would ultimately turn into a fight, even if I was just using the bathroom.
Damn.
It got to the point where I couldn't play games with my friends without it causing a fight. So, eventually we broke up, but not without her doing everything in her power to convince me to come back. She would wait outside my place of work for me to get off, and when I would walk outside, she would follow me to my car, block me from getting in, and try to reason with me.
Yeah, that's way too far.
I got sick of it.
Yeah.
One night she came and wanted to talk, so I decided to talk with her, not really knowing what else to do. Grace was also trying to sue me for something extremely petty that I'd rather not get into.
Damn.
Would use this as a scare tactic to make me talk to her. So anyway, I sat down in her car. She was saying the same old stuff I'd heard hundreds of times.
I wouldn't go in her
I
car.
told her I was done talking, but at that time, her dad called her. She used this as a threat and told me, if you don't sit here and talk to me, I'll have him sue you now. And to that, I said, fuck this, and attempted to get out of her car. The door was locked though, so as I was unlocking it, she grabbed hold of my arm and dug her nails into my skin. I looked at her and was genuinely shocked because she'd only been verbally abusive before, never physical. I had also never seen that look on her face. It was pure malice, and I won't lie, I was pretty unnerved. I myself am a pretty tall guy, and she was very small, so I knew I could overpower her if I had to. I swung her door open and tried to step away, but she was holding me extremely tight. I told her to let me go, but she wouldn't budge. I kept pulling on my arm, trying to get away.
Yeah, this is intense. Like, this is insane. Like, this is like you literally physically forcing someone to stay with you. That's obviously a whole another level, bro. Like, that's insane. That's why I never would have gotten inside her car in the first place. I would say, you know what, let's just talk on the sidewalk. I can see it's raining apparently, but I would just say I was stuck inside someone, I was stuck in my car, but you're not, we're not, I'm not going in your car. Like, you're gonna lock me in, you're gonna freaking adult kidnap me or something? Adult nap me or something? Like, no.
She would not move an inch. At this point, my skin was starting to peel, so I made a judgment call and pulled her toward me onto the passenger seat, which gave me enough time to get away and into my car. I drove home faster than I ever have, and I really wish I could say it ended there, but of course it doesn't.
Police.
Unfortunately for me, Grace and I are practically neighbors, and she lives a couple blocks away.
Oh no.
That night, while I was playing video games, I heard a car outside, but I kind of chalked it up to my game, as I remember playing GTA 5 that night.
I love
I
GTA.
had also smoked a bit of weed, so I figured that would have made the car noises louder. A little bit of time passed, and as I was playing, I heard a tap on my window. I thought I was being paranoid, as weed can tend to make me a little on edge sometimes, especially after what had happened. But that thought quickly faded after I heard another tap and a female voice saying my name. I knew it was Grace, and I started to panic. My window doesn't have the best blinds, so I knew she could see me. I didn't want to open my window because at this point, I knew she could be potentially dangerous.
And earned.
I pretended not to hear her, hoping that she would go away. But of course, she didn't, because after a minute or two, she started banging on my window. Her tone changed from soft and apologetic to more aggressive and angry.
Like, you know the police could easily be called on you, right? Like, you do realize this, right, Grace? I could have called the cops on you a million years ago. Like, the second you dug your nails into me, that's already physical assault, first of all. You wouldn't let me leave your car. That's like literally forcing me to stay somewhere. Like, you're physically restraining me to stay in a spot where I'm not welcome or where I don't want to be. You're following me to my workplace. Like, you're watching there. Like, you didn't let me enter my car. That's another physical. Like, bro, you could have been arrested like a million years ago. I'm just saying. Like, there's a slew of charges you could already face just based on what I've heard in these 5 minutes minus the ad 4 minutes. Like, I've already heard so much bad stuff about you, and it's like, bro, this is insane. Like, you're way too much. Like, my friend would have called the cops on you a million years ago. I would have called the cops on you a million years ago.
I couldn't make out much of what she was saying, but it was something along the lines of, "You can't do this to me, you're an asshole." That sort of deal.
Well,
I had to do something. I didn't want to waste the cops' time, but now looking back at it, I absolutely should have called them. I made the stupid decision to open my door and ask what she wanted. I asked why she was here and why she couldn't just leave me alone. Her tone changed once again to soft-spoken, and she was asking for her sweater back. I yelled at her and told her she can't just be at my window at 2 in the morning asking for a sweater, and then I said if she didn't leave my property, I'd be calling the cops. At this point, she blew up screaming at me while starting to sob uncontrollably. For a moment, I actually felt bad, but then my heart dropped as I saw something that still sends shivers down my spine to this
a
day.
knife or a gun?
She wasn't alone. To the left of her was a thick tree in our front yard, and peeking out from it was a hooded figure. She saw me move to focus to the tree, and she knew I saw them. She reached for my arm and grabbed me, and as she did this, I saw the person run out from behind the tree, but I couldn't make out any facial features. It didn't matter, because they were sprinting toward my window. In that moment, my fight or flight kicked in, and I slammed my window shut on Greg's arm. She screamed out in pain.
Greg? Well, I guess that's Greg, but who the fuck's Greg?
And I pulled it back. I slammed it shut and locked it.
Greg or Grace's arm? The fuck, Greg's arm?
That features. It didn't matter, because they were sprinting toward my window. In that moment, my fight or flight kicked in, and I slammed my window shut on Greg's arm. She screamed out in pain and pulled it back.
Yeah, she screamed out in pain.
She
Okay, yeah. So you said Greg, but he meant to say Grace. Okay, so like, what do you think is gonna happen to you, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, what do you think you're doing? Like, you're at my house at freaking 2 in the morning. Can I get a sweater? Ask me at 2 p.m., not 2 a.m. You stupid bitch. And then with the freaking guy hiding behind, or I don't know if it's like a guy or a girl, but like a hooded figure behind you, a hooded figure like behind the tree. Bro, what are you doing? Like, you are psychotic. 100%, you're psychotic. Like, I feel bad. Because at the same time, this is all mental health. This is all mental health stuff, you know what I mean? This is all mental health. This is all, you're not getting the help you need, and you need to get help. Like, you know what I mean? You can't keep doing stuff like this. Like, again, you could have been arrested a long time ago, bro. Slew of charges by now. I'm just saying, you're lucky. This guy, I forgot his name. It doesn't matter. It's a guy. The guy could have called the cops on you a long time ago, bro. I'm just saying. Like, you're lucky you're not in jail right now.
Screamed out in pain and pulled it back.
Well,
I slammed it shut and locked it just
period.
before the other person reached my window.
Fuck.
My heart was racing and it felt like I couldn't breathe. I showed them my phone dialing 911, and at that, they hurried back to her car, started it, and drove away.
Bitches.
I was in total shock, not even comprehending what had just happened. They sent an officer to my house. He took down my story and told me they'd call if anything came of it.
Did you mention everything in the past before too that you didn't call the cops on her yet for? I don't know why.
Of course, there wasn't much they could do, as there was no evidence anything happens, like most 911 calls. As far as I know, she never had any legal action taken against her. As for what they wanted with me, she's also gotten people jumped and robbed before, so I wouldn't doubt they wanted to do that, or possibly worse. I'm just extremely lucky that the person hiding behind the tree decided to peek out.
Damn, bro. Amy Adams. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have a story about a crazy ex in this story, in this next story. But yeah, honestly, mental health is such a huge thing, bro. Like, please take care of your mental health. If you notice that you feel like really jealous or whatever, like for me, I know I need to work on myself because that's not good. I can't be messaging my freaking partner every like 2 minutes while I'm transferring about it. Like that's toxic as hell. Like really toxic, bro. Like there's no. Anyways, that was a good story though. But damn, I feel bad for. Fuck, what's this guy's name? Pissing me off now. Wyatt. I kept thinking it was E, but I was like, no, it's not. Like, E is the last name. Wyatt E. Damn, I feel bad for Wyatt though, man. Now Amy Adams, let's go. I would not put my full name though. I would just say Amy, bro.
My name is Amy, and I haven't really slept much since last Tuesday. Not because I can't, but because I don't feel safe closing my eyes anymore.
Damn.
That's what happens, I guess, when someone you thought you knew turns out to be capable of something you only expect from horror movies.
Damn.
I broke up with my boyfriend Tommy 3 weeks ago. It wasn't dramatic, at least not at first. We'd been dating for just under a year.
Damn.
In the beginning, he was sweet. He was overly attentive and always texting and calling like any partner wants. At first, it felt like real love, the kind you think you're lucky to have. But over time, it turned possessive. He'd get upset if I took too long to reply. He'd ask weird questions like who I'd smiled at that day or if I had seen any guys looking at me.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I get really annoyed if people don't read my messages. Like, I think that's normal. Like, I think that's very normal. This is like a really big debate thing. But like, if you want to message someone, you will make the time for them. I'm not saying you have to message them every hour, every half hour. No, but I'm just saying if you, like, you can't just say I was busy. Like, yes, you're busy. Everyone's busy. Many people are busy. Everyone's doing like stuff, right? But it's like, what do you mean you're too busy to send a text? Hi. Takes like 0.1 seconds to press send. Takes like 0.5 to type hi. You can't type for not even a second and press send? Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm not worth a second to you. And again, I'm not saying every hour, every 30 minutes, no, I'm just saying like even like once a day, like let's say, oh, like, you know, like your partner. Hey, how's it going? Okay, fine, like 5-7 seconds for that text, maybe, right? But it's like, you know what I mean? If you want to message someone, you'll make time for them. If you want to see someone, you'll make time for them. That's how it is. Life is busy. If you want to put in the effort to see someone, you will. That's how it works. If you guys want to argue in the comments, gladly. But that's like literally true. I don't care. I do not care. When I was in college, I was working weekends. I was doing YouTube. I was doing like, I was working weekends in college, and I was doing YouTube. I still message my friends all the time. All the time. I was busy a lot. 3 things doing, like college. I just said it. I still message. Like if you want to message someone, you will find time. Like on break, at work, you have time to message. Anyways, now I'm not saying that you obviously have to message all the damn time, but like let's say for dating, like you probably message every day, every other day maybe at least. Say hi. Like, you know what I mean? Now it depends on obviously how long she's taking to respond. If every time he messages her, it takes like 12 to 14 hours to answer, it's like, hey, what the hell? Like, are we dating or not? Like, do you like me or not? Like, you know what I mean? And it obviously just depends. I feel like everyone's different. Like maybe some couples message once a week. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe some like me and my best friend talk every day. We're just best friends. That's it. We talk every single day. Like if we miss a day, I'm like, are we even friends anymore? I'm just joking, but I'm like, are we even friends anymore? Like we haven't messaged at all today. Like what's going on? Like are you alive? Like what's going on? You know what I mean? Just little things like that. This video is gonna be super fucking long, but that's kind of my thing there. Like you know what I mean? It depends how long she's not really answering him, but if she's busy and you know I get it, like you have time for it, but it's like like you'll make time for it, but at the same time, it's like you guys get what I mean, okay? I really hope you guys get what I mean. I'm saying a lot in this video, but I hope you guys get what I mean.
Sometimes he'd show up at my job unannounced, just standing outside the window like he was checking in. He even showed up to the bars I was at with friends if I was having a girls' night out, and then forced me to come home with him.
What?
My friends started to hate him for these exact reasons.
Yeah, I would
He
too.
never trusted me, but I didn't end it until he started asking if I'd ever consider putting a tracker on my phone to keep each other safe. Not to start sharing each other's locations, but to literally put a tracker on my phone. That was the last straw for me.
Yeah, it's like sharing your location is one thing, but like literally a physical tracker on me, that's weird. And again, couples do share like their location. That's normal, as long as both agree to it and they're not like possessive and crazy about it. But like, you know what I mean. Some people do that for safety because again, the world is fucking insane and the world is literally crazy. I've seen horror stories, as I'm doing right now. I've seen horror stories, many of them, and a lot of stuff can happen. And it's flat out terrifying that it can happen. So please be careful. But that's why you can share locations. That's not a big deal. But again, both have to agree to it. Both have to consent and agree to that.
I told him it was over, and in response, he cried at first.
Yeah.
But then he went silent. I remember hanging up on our last call with this strange tightness in my chest, like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. For a little while, things were quiet. I blocked his number and tried to move on. I started going back to the gym, cooking real meals, just trying to feel normal again.
It's hard to, like, after a year of dating, like, no matter what, like, even if the relationship was toxic, like, it can be sad getting out of a relationship, because it's like, if it's been a year, that's a long time, like, I can...
But about a week after the breakup, I started getting strange messages. Not from Tommy, or at least not directly, but from random numbers with no name or context. They were short, usually just a vague single sentence. I didn't reply to any of them. That's a surefire way to get a spam number to know to keep harassing you.
Yep.
I just blocked each number as it came. I did not tell my friends. I told myself it was probably a scam or some spam bot because I've always gotten spam texts.
Same.
But then things moved beyond just random texts. One night, I was in bed and had to get up to pee. I went into the hallway outside my bedroom, and before entering the bathroom, I thought I heard a soft noise come from downstairs in the foyer. I'm not the type to go check on a noise. I get scared in the dark, hence why I always like being in a relationship so I don't have to stay alone all the time. I didn't go down to check it. I convinced myself it was a radiator clicking or something. I've lived in this apartment for almost 2 years, and most of that time was spent living with my ex George and then Tommy the remainder of that time, but hardly ever alone. I know the sounds it makes, and honestly, that sound was not one I'd heard before.
Great.
So after I went to the bathroom, I went straight back into my room and jumped into bed, thinking the thin sheet of blanket cloth would protect me. Another night, around 2 a.m., I could have sworn I heard a door in my apartment open from outside my room. That was the sound that woke me up, so I wasn't 100% sure of it. It could have been part of my dream, maybe.
That's why I don't want to live alone. Like, I really do not want to live alone. In case someone breaks in or in case something happens, I'm just, like, literally alone in the house. Like, I can't yell mom, I can't yell my friend's name, I can't yell my partner's name, because I don't have any. I don't have a partner, and I don't have friends. And in that case, I'd probably live alone. So it's like you literally call for nobody because no one's there. That's terrifying. Like, I do not want to live alone. That is horrifying, bro. That's terrifying to me.
Still, my heart was racing. I texted my family group chat with my siblings and my parents, just saying, I keep hearing noises every night. I'm getting scared. Of course, they were all asleep, though, so I went back to sleep. That weekend, I came home from visiting my sister and immediately felt like something was off. Nothing was missing or broken, but I felt like maybe doors were left open at angles that they weren't left before. It may sound far-fetched, but it's not. I have a habit of leaving doors closed or near closed when I leave my apartment. All the doors were basically fully open in the entire apartment. There was no draft at all. I keep the air conditioning on most of the time. I walked through the apartment slowly, checking each room. My stomach dropped when I saw that the hallway closet was slightly open. Now I knew something was wrong. I always leave that closet door closed. There's no reason to leave it open. Plus, the door tends to swing out if I do leave it open. I stared at it for what felt like a full minute before I approached.
We obviously know that Tommy's in there. That's very obvious that Tommy was in your house like 2 weeks ago or whatever day that you first heard that noise that I didn't check on. Yeah, that was Tommy, 100%.
When I pulled it fully open, nothing was there. just coats and shoes, same as usual. That night, I pushed a chair under my bedroom door and slept with a knife under my pillow.
Damn.
I kept the bedside lamp on. I must have dozed off at some point because I woke up to the sound of something moving, just a soft shuffle. I sat up slightly, confused, and then I realized the light was now off and the room was dark. I looked toward the door. I could see it was open, but I had wedged a chair under it. How could it be wide open? At first, I thought maybe I dreamed wedging the chair and leaving on the light, or maybe I'd gotten up in my sleep.
Bro, rest in peace. I'm sorry, oh my god, bro. This is horrifying, bro. Like, I just imagine this myself, and I'm just like, oh my god. I can't.
I quickly found out how wrong I was. I saw something at the foot of my bed in the dark. I swear I couldn't tell what it was. It was just some black mass in the dark. But when I finally started realizing that what I was looking at was the top half of someone's head, it was too late. Because I felt two hands start caressing my feet, and I completely lost it.
Oh shit.
So loud until I had no air left in my lungs.
I knew that was coming.
And I instantly recognized Tommy's voice telling me to calm down. But when I kept screaming, he got on top of me and put his hand over my mouth. He told me he wasn't there to hurt me, just to talk. He said he wouldn't let go of my mouth until I agreed to be quiet.
Damn.
So I nodded. The first thing I asked him was how he got into my apartment. And he said he made a copy of my key when we were together, just in case there was ever an emergency.
Yeah, just in case there was ever an emergency in my ass, just in case he ever broke up with me so I can break into her place.
He never told me he did this. Straight psychopath behavior. He must have snuck out overnight one night with my keys to do it somewhere. As I sat there listening to him, I debated pulling the knife, but I was too scared to do so. I knew if I did that, I had to actually be ready to use it. He kept saying over and over how he wasn't there to hurt me, just to talk, but it seemed like he was simply there to scare me into agreeing to get back with him, and I truly was too scared to say no in fear of what he might do. So I said yes, but I asked him to simply leave for the night because I was shook. I think he was there in my bed for half an hour total before he left, and when he was gone, the first thing I did was call the police and explain the break-in. I said I was scared that he was still on the premises so that the police would actually come. When they did, I made an official police report, which I later used to file a restraining order against Tommy, with enough people backing up my claims, since I couldn't actually prove he broke into my house. A detective later traced the fake numbers back to his cell phone through some fake phone number app, which was also helpful in getting the restraining order. I stayed with my...
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you can't just say, oh, I want a restraining order on this person. Okay, here you go. Like, there has to be proof or something, or evidence that they're harassing you, regardless of what's going on, you know? There has to be something.
My parents until I was able to get a new apartment. My advice to all women out there is the first sign of any sort of mental illness in the man you're with, you should really consider getting away as soon as possible just to be safe. I still have to live with the trauma of waking up to him in my room, and I had to actually consider pulling a knife on him.
And again, mental health is a big thing, but the thing is, like, I don't think that I don't think the solution is just to leave the person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's not going to fix anything. You should help them get help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if they're becoming psychotic, like, yes, of course you want to leave, of course. But, like, the way that she said, yeah, if the guy that you're with has a mental illness, just leave. It's like, well, a lot of people, like 1 in 2 people in Canada will have a mental illness. So it's like, what are you trying to say? Everyone has a mental illness, basically. Literally everybody. So it's like, basically half the world gets it. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Just dump you as soon as sorry, like, you're anxious? Like, get the fuck out of my life. Sorry, you're depressed? Get the fuck out of my life. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, no, that's not really how it works. Like, you can stick with that person and help them, but obviously if they're becoming too much, yes, it makes sense to leave. But, like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna just say, oh yeah, someone has a mental illness, goodbye. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of fucked up if you ask me. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Joey. So another story about a girl, I'm assuming. Let's see. Is it just me, or I would think that it's more guys. It's more crazy exes being guys, but so far it's two of the 3 stories I think are going to be girls being the crazy ex, but I would assume it would all be guys, but that's interesting.
I dated Marissa for a year and a half.
Yeah, so, okay.
At first, she was one of the most intense people I'd ever met.
Intense?
Not in a bad way. She was passionate, charismatic, and could talk about anything for hours.
Okay.
When she left, it was like she pulled you into her world. The first few months were incredible. She'd surprise me with gifts, leave sticky notes with poems on my mirror, text me goodnight every single night without fail. But that intensity had a darker side. She didn't do calm or wait and see. Everything was either perfect or catastrophic.
Oh shit.
If I was 5 minutes late responding to a text, she'd send a stream of messages. First worried, then angry, and
What do you mean 5 minutes late? Like, is there like a limit to respond to a text message? Like what if you don't respond within the same minute and then it's been 5 minutes and it's like, okay, yeah, all hell breaks loose. It's like, what the hell? Like bro, my friends, I already are my friends all the time. They already are me and then they get back to me when they can. Now, of course, if I have a crush on someone and then they already are me, I overthink and I'm like, oh my god, they hate me now. Again, mental health, that's where mental health kicks in. So, yeah, that's not okay.
and then apologizing. It got worse slowly, almost invisibly. She once accused me of cheating because I liked an Instagram post from a girl I hadn't spoken to since high school. And when I told her that something she did made me uncomfortable, she would shut down completely. I don't mean just get quiet. I mean she would sit in my apartment for hours staring at the wall, just refusing to leave until I told her everything was fine.
Oh my goodness.
The first time she showed up at my office unannounced was 6 months in. She brought coffee and acted like it was cute, like we were some TV couple. I laughed it off, but the second time was because I hadn't answered her call.
Yeah, like it's one thing if you're just like saying, oh, surprise baby, here's a coffee. How did it work? See ya. Like that's fine, that's normal, but like showing up because I didn't answer a text or her call, like you're coming to my workplace because I didn't answer the phone. You didn't put two and two together. You're calling me at work. I didn't pick up. Why do you think I may not have answered? I'll let you guys figure that out. I'm at work. Why didn't I pick up? Maybe because I'm working. Maybe.
She stayed parked outside in the lot until I came down. She'd been crying. I told her it wasn't okay, and she just smiled and said, "You do the same for me, right?" I didn't have an answer for that. I kept making excuses for her. Trauma, abandonment issues, childhood stuff. I thought if I just proved I wasn't gonna leave, she'd calm down. Instead, the more I gave, the more she needed. Eventually, I reached my limit. I told her it had to end. She didn't yell or cry. She just stared at me in silence for what felt like minutes. Then she nodded and said, "You think it's over for you, but it's not over for me."
Oh no.
I remember how cold that made me feel. Like it wasn't even a threat, just a fact. I blocked her on everything that same night, and I changed my number. I even asked my building manager if I could get a different unit. For a few weeks, I thought it worked. Then the letters started showing up.
Oh god.
The letters had no stamps or return addresses, just my name handwritten on the envelope, usually left between my door and the frame. I held on to some of these notes. The first one was kind of nostalgic. It said, "I miss waking up to you. I still sleep on the side of the bed where you used to lay."
I love seeing the actual proof of it. Like, I love seeing this.
The second one got stranger. It said, "You always check the door."
There's like 3 notes here. You always check the door 3 times before you go to bed. Maybe you don't even notice it, but I do. So she's literally watching you like, oh my god.
3 times before you go to bed. You probably don't even notice it, but I do. The third letter was the one that made me pack a suitcase. It said, "You wore your blue hoodie Monday, the one with the hole in the sleeve. You should sew that up before it gets worse." That was the same hoodie I wore when I went to pick up groceries that day at a store across town in the pouring rain. I hadn't seen anyone, not a single person I recognized, but she had seen me. I knew then that moving across the city wouldn't be enough. I found a job in Denver, a good one. I didn't tell anyone except my brother and immediate family. I left no forwarding address. I even created a new email for the job, and I didn't link any personal info. I went completely dark. I even got a P.O. box under a false name. I
Damn.
thought that would be enough.
I mean, yeah, that seems like a lot. You're set, bro. I'm already at 35 minutes. Fuck, bro, I didn't think I was actually gonna exceed it. Damn.
For a while, it was. Many months passed, and I slept soundly. I started dating again. Nothing serious, just drinks and movies. But I was laughing again. I felt like a person. Then, one Saturday, I opened my P.O. box and found an envelope. Just my name again. No stamp or return address. Inside was a Polaroid. It was of me walking in my apartment building, taken from behind. My earbuds were in, and I had a coffee in one hand. It was cold out. You could see snow on the sidewalk and the mountains in the background. I checked the back, and written in red ink, it said, "Your shoulders slouch when you're tired." I didn't wait. I moved again, faster this time.
Damn.
I paid cash for a rental in a different part of town.
Bro, like, this guy's, like, literally just trying to... Damn. Like, imagine someone trying to escape you this bad. Like, imagine someone being this obsessed with you. Like, again, I've been attached to people before. I've been attached to people. And I tell my friend, I need help. Like, I do need help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going toward this level, but, like, bro, like, this is just insane. Like, I know, like, trust me, I know, like, it hurts. Like, when you love someone and stuff like that, it hurts, man. Like, if someone leaves you like that, or if you have a crush on someone and they don't feel the same way, like, it just hurts. It really does hurt, and I know it does. But, like, this is insanity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is actually, like, crazy. Like, I thought I was bad just for, like, over messaging. Or, like, crying maybe if they didn't, like, answer me back. But, like, this is insane. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Damn. Oh, my goodness. Like, imagine having to move several times just because of a girl. Or a guy. Anybody. Jesus Christ.
Smaller building and fewer tenants. I switched jobs once again and told my boss I had family stuff and had to go fully remote. I got a rescue dog who was big and loud, a big German Shepherd mix to try and keep me sane. I deleted mostly everything online. I had no apps or social media.
Oh my god.
I went gray for almost a year and heard
year.
nothing.
A year.
No letters or pictures anymore. I let myself
and yeah, there's still 4 minutes left in this video, so.
believe she was finally gone. Until the post-it note. It was stuck to my front door one evening when I got home from walking the dog.
Oh my god.
It was a yellow note with red ink, and it said, "I don't like the beard." My stomach actually dropped. I'd grown it out maybe 3 months prior.
Oh my god.
Nobody had seen me with it except the dog and maybe my work webcam, which I kept taped over unless on a call. I shaved it off that night. I told myself it was a coincidence, but the next morning, another note was waiting. Tucked under the windshield wiper of my car, it said, "Better."
Oh my god. Oh my god, this girl's insane. This girl's fucking insane.
I contacted the police again and filed a report. They said without threats or property damage, there wasn't anything they could do. I asked if I could file a restraining order, and they said I'd need to prove she'd been near me, which, without seeing her or catching her in the act, was nearly impossible. I changed my habits and started paying attention to every detail, like locking the doors and drawing the blinds. I didn't sleep much. I'd lie in bed for hours, staring at the ceiling and waiting for the floorboards to creak. 2 weeks passed with no incident. I started to wonder if maybe the notes were old. Maybe she'd left them a while ago and I'd only just noticed.
No.
But deep down, I didn't even believe that. Then one night, I woke up in the middle of the night with this horrible feeling, like someone had just been watching me, and they only just stepped out of the room. I got up and checked the doors and windows, even under the bed like I was a kid again. Nothing was out of place. But the next morning, taped to the outside of my front door, was a small envelope, like someone had taken their time to align it perfectly.
Oh my god.
Inside was a photo, one I hadn't seen in years. It was Marissa and I in a boardwalk photo booth from back when we were still together. We were smiling and her head was on my shoulder, but her eyes had been stretched out in deep gouges like someone had used a needle or a pin. I moved again, not across town.
You moved a third time? Oh my... I'm sorry, this story is literally insane. This story is by far the best one. Like, not the best one, but just, like, the most horrifying.
This time, but out of the city completely. I found a small cabin 3 hours into the mountains.
3 hours.
It was isolated and surrounded by pine trees with only one road in. I paid in cash and used a fake name on the lease, which was a month-to-month payment system. And I left my old smartphone behind, getting a second phone number in the process. I bought a burner phone for emergencies mainly. I worked remote through a company-issued laptop that only connected through a secure VPN. No one besides my immediate family and my best friend knew where I was. I kept to myself. The only quote-unquote visitor I got was my Uber Eats driver delivering occasional groceries. For a whole month, I barely even went into town, and it all finally worked, until I heard footsteps outside crunching the snow.
There's no way.
My dog went ballistic.
There's no way.
The next morning, I found the footprints. They were shoe marks, and they went from window to window. There were no notes or anything left anywhere on the house, though. What else was I to assume other than it was her? That she found me again? Even though I still don't know for certain if that was actually her that time, I spent that entire day packing my things and driving back to my hometown. Today, I'm living in a house with 3 roommates who are in the military. If
Damn.
that's not a house that people know not to mess with, I don't know what is.
Damn.
Their pickup trucks, purple heart plates, and giant flags all over the front of the house are absolutely deterrent to Marissa playing whatever psychopathic game she was playing. She's a mentally unstable stalker, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
She's a danger to herself, me, and whoever she gets involved with in the future. I just wish law enforcement was more willing to step in and do something before something really bad happens.
Without getting into any names, without getting into anything that could expose any part of this, I know somebody basically who wanted to get a restraining order, and I was like, I've watched Mr. Dimer videos. The cops are not going to care. No one cares. Was there a crime committed? No, it doesn't matter. And that's honestly the biggest thing ever. Like, it's like, I just wish they cared before something. Like, why does someone have to die before you care? Why does someone have to get stabbed before you care? Why does someone have to break into my house, break my window, break down my door, break into my car, slash my tires? Why does someone have to do that before you decide to help? Aren't you supposed to protect and serve? Then protect and serve. You're not protecting shit. I get that you can't really prove that it's her or whatever. I get that you need proof and everything, but like, why can't you do something first? And I fully understand the part about like, oh, because anybody could just say, oh yeah, Damian has been following me. Where's the proof? Oh, I have none. Well, then he's innocent, right? It's like, anybody could say anything. Anybody could make anything up, right? That's the thing. So it's like, we really gotta be careful. This is a 42-minute, oh my goodness, now, oh my lord, okay. I feel so bad for the third guy. Imagine having to live in that much fear. Yeah, honestly, the third guy was the most horrifying one. Third story. Dude should have gotten a hidden camera to catch her in the act with the post-it notes. Exactly, 100%. I never really thought of that, but even the police were saying, I need proof of this. Okay, great. Get a camera. Like, you have a job, you probably afford a camera. Put cameras everywhere. Plus, she's not doing anything, like, dangerous to you, so film everything she does. Like, gather all the evidence, you know, like, you got a photo of her, you know her name, you know everything. You can identify her, she can get charged. Boom, done. But the fact that he moved 3 separate times is, like, insane. Once again, mental health is crazy. Like, mental health is literally the biggest thing, bro. Imagine being in a horror scenario and Mr. Memory starts narrating in your head. Shuts the window and Grace turns into Greg. Right? Dude, the last one is insane. How can someone be so psychopathic to practically follow you around the country? It was just the city, but still. I'm not convinced that it's real, to be honest. I mean, yeah, because I don't, like, there's no way these can be real, right? There's no way these can be real. But apparently they were real, apparently. Grace in story 1, I am the craziest stalker ex-girlfriend out there. Marissa in story 3, hold my sticky notes. 100%, bro, 100%. Marissa in the story, we'd be putting normal stalkers to shame. She's the final boss stalker, 100%. She's like, she was the ultimate one. She won 100%. In these stories, she won easily. The BetterHelp sponsor was the scariest story in this video. BetterHelp are basically vultures, and the customer is the product. I don't know anything about BetterHelp, but I've been learning English for almost 2 years. At first, I couldn't understand your stories, just a few words. Now I understand them as a whole, and I enjoy listening to them so much. That's really good. That's really good. I'm learning Spanish right now. I could never understand just a whole Spanish conversation. If someone's like, oh, like, guapo, I'll be like, oh, I know that means handsome. Or, hola, hi. I know more words than that, obviously, but, like, God, the last story was fucking scary. Hate to think the guy is still going through it. Hope he can get enough evidence gathered to file for a restraining order. There's a story, why did Op never get security cameras, or at least a Ring doorbell camera? Come on, dude. Yeah, I never even thought of that either. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I know it's 6 a.m. at the time I'm recording this, but I never thought of that. I don't know why. Normally I would just say get a camera. Marissa gonna hear this.
Whatever psychopathic game she was playing.
Yeah, she's probably watching this video right now. She's like, you know what? I know Tom, or whatever the fuck this guy's name is. I know he's gonna post it on YouTube, so I'm gonna listen to Mr. Nightmare. No, not BetterHelp. Come on now. Last show was crazy. One of the wildest sucker stories I've heard. Poor Greg getting a window closed on his arms. He did nothing wrong. It's not Greg, it's Grace, but sure. What's probably sarcasm. I like the new captions included with the video now. It makes it easier for me to play it when I can't bring headphones anywhere. That's true. Honestly, I do like the captions because it's like, I value the inclusion of captions as a non-native English speaker. It really aids in my research. Honestly, I think these were not also proofread, but everything was basically correct. I saw like one or two things that was like wrong. It would kind of show as in like the end of a sentence, but it wasn't. So it kind of like, there was a little bit that was not correct, but like everything was still basically right. So better than fucking Damian. Anyways, this is a 46-minute video. Not even adding my intros and outros yet, so it's gonna be a longer video. But please listen to everything I said. Again, there's limits. There's missing someone. There's crying. There's getting over it. There's like, you know, there's the heartbreak. I've been through it. There's the heartbreak. There's crying to your friends. There's being upset. There's bawling your eyes out. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Stalking? No. Oh, over messaging? Maybe, because I've done that. But it's like, you know what I mean? The second someone says stop like contacting me, I'm like, okay, period, done. I'm not, no. Like, you know what I mean? Someone says stop, okay, I'll stop. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? I got you. Like, I can respect no. It can be hard to take sometimes. I fully understand that, but it's like, someone says no, it's a no. It's what it is. Again, over messaging, I'm freaking guilty as charged. I've done that a lot of times, but that's nothing compared to what I've heard in these stories. This is literally insane. But please be careful, guys. Please be careful, because you never know who you're meeting up with. You never know who you're partnering up with. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary. Please let me know if you guys have any stalker stories. Hopefully not like this. This is definitely by far my longest video. I did not expect myself to even surpass 35 minutes, but here I'm at 47. So yep, I beat you. I beat you, Gator, by 12 whole minutes. By 12, 13 minutes, I beat you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please I know my videos from streaming don't get a lot of views, but please comment something down below if you guys are here. I don't know, 5 fingers if you guys are watching this till the very end, because I'm doubtful anybody's watching till the very end. But please take care of your mental health. It's a huge thing, and please be careful. Please watch out for any red flags. Please call the police. Please get everything that you can do. Cameras, restraining orders, get whatever you can do to like get all this evidence against the person. Then you're good to go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Deuces. Peace.